Hey you guys, I'm Eve the Weave, and I told you I was coming back with the Married to the Medicine review, season 6, episode 6. Honey, let's get into it. Honey, Wednesdays be lit for me. I had to set my DVR because I was just watching 848, and if you don't know, if you be on YouTube, 848 is one of the hottest web series out, and my other show is back on, Nightlife. Get into it. If you don't know now, you know. Like I said, let's get into this Married to the Medicine review because I'm on full battery and shit. Ow! I gotta be on full battery and shit. Yeah, I had to get some of that hair out my face. It's a lot. It's a lot. But anyway, it comes on with Damon calling Heavenly, telling him that he misses her. It goes with Contessa calling her husband, letting her husband know that the surgery is the next day, and Mariah is teaching her daughter how to cook lasagna, and like her daughter says, why you have to turn everything into a life lesson, and she just gives her daughter that look, but it was funny and cute. And then it goes into Toya and her husband go to check on their house, and they popping bottles because their house, is a little bit further along from the last episode. And she see that her wardrobe closet is 2 stories and it's getting all nice and big and everything. They're really happy about this house, and I'm happy for them to be happy about this house because, like I said, Toya had to do a little bit of growing up, and so they are happy about this house together, and I'm happy for them that they found the house. You know what I'm saying? And it's in their price range, and they budgeting their money the right way. So they doing what they need to do. So they happy about this house, honey. So as they walking and going around the house, he asks her, "Did you tell any of the girls?" And she says, "Well, I didn't." Excuse me, drinking Kool-Aid, that purple one and the blue one mixed together. But she he asked her, "Did you tell anybody?" She said, "Well, I didn't tell Contessa because me and Contessa ain't been getting along." I think what it is with Contessa is not used to Toya. And Toya likes to, throw parties and have a party. She's one of those girls that like to have a party. Celebrating life, celebrating whatever. And Contessa is not really for all of that. First of all, Contessa to me seems a little bit boring. And Toya's not boring. They're not going to get along for a while. They have to get to know each other a little bit better. It's not even happening. So then she mentions Quad. And then he says, "Well, I had the guys' night out while you was gone." She went out. I don't know where she went. They never show where Toya went. But, he had the guys' night out at their house. And all the fellas came. And he's telling her that Dr. G came or whatever. And, all the fellas was talking, and Toya is getting a more understanding where Dr. G is coming from now because, like Toya said, it seemed like they both are in 2 different relationships. Quad is saying that she did everything she can do, and Dr. G is saying the total opposite. So it's like, what the hell is going on? And Toya is starting to get a feel of somebody's bullshitting. Like I've been saying from the jump, somebody is bullshitting though. I don't know which one it is, but we're going to figure that shit the fuck on out. And she was saying that Quad was saying that they might not be married around this time next year and all this stuff like that because she's thinking about getting a divorce. And it's not sounding too good, basically. So now Dr. Heavenly, Simone, and Jackie are out eating. And, Jackie is moving her chair more into the sun because when she first sat down, it was more in the shade or whatever. So Simone says, "Well, Jackie, sun causes wrinkles and skin cancer." So Jackie, shot back at her and said, "Well, you need Botox, right? I got Botox in my office." Basically saying, "Bitch, you need Botox." Or whatever. So they laughing back and forth or whatever. Which is true. You want to be in the sun and all like Jackie. But you don't want to eat fried chicken? Really? Come on now. Stop it. But, so Toya calls Simone to see how the ladies are doing. And Toya says, well, Mariah said that y'all the golden girls of the group. Y'all three are the golden girls of the group. So Jackie was not feeling that comment. She kiki'd a little bit, but she tell him like, like I'm gonna laugh because But anyway, it's not all that funny. So she snatches the phone out of Simone's hand and said, "Oh, Toya, the phone is breaking up," and hung up on Toya. And Toya's missing them a little bit, and they've been going for a little while now, and she just wants to know what's going on. But like I said, it seems like Jackie, when it comes to Toya, she always shades her just a little bit. She got a shade. I don't know what that's about with Toya, but she always shades her just. I don't really like it because it's like for no reason. Like that whole little scene with her hanging up on her, that didn't make no sense. And then she gonna talk about, oh, let's keep the good vibes going. What you mean, let's keep the good vibes going? All she did was tell you a joke, and you saying let's keep the good vibes going. I don't know what's going on with the whole Jackie and Toya thing. It seems like Jackie has a little bit of an issue with Toya, and Toya really don't have an issue with Jackie. But anywho, so they was talking about the dynamics of the group and all the girls in the group, and Jackie was saying how she had a conversation with Quad and how that went or whatever, and she said the group has changed and it's not like it was before. We was the Fab Five and now we're not the Fab Five no more. So basically, I don't understand what the Fab Five was. I guess the Fab Five was Toya, Simone, Jackie, Heavenly, and Quad. So I guess that's not the Fab Five no more because now they trying to say, oh, Mariah's back. I don't understand how y'all, if that's the case, I don't understand how, because she was gone for a little while. I don't understand how y'all just took her out the group and she the creator of the whole damn show. I don't get it, but hey, it is what it is. Y'all shaded her. I'm not. But that's the way it sounded like. The Fab Five. It was not like last year she wasn't really on the show like that. She was a friend of the show. But when you running shit, and if you look at the motherfucking credits, Mariah name is all up and through those credits. So y'all can be the Fab Five all you want, but Homegirl's back and full of fat. Period. So let's see what else happens in this little scenario today. So let's see. So yeah, I'm thinking about 848 still because I was just watching it. It was lit. But now we on Married to the Mess. I gotta get my tune right for Married to the Medicine. So Heavenly says, we're gonna have some drinks today. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some virgin drinks. And Jackie, as always, worrying about counting calories and all that when nobody else is. Oh well, the virgin drinks have a lot of sugar. So Heavenly looked at her with this face and I died twice. So she said, so we can't have sugar, food, alcohol, protein, or dick, Jackie. Like, what the fuck is going on? Jackie says, well, I ain't say all of that. But it's like you always complaining about something. Jackie, let me tell you something. I couldn't go on vacation with Jackie. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you get on my nerve at home with counting calories and always saying something and complaining about food, I know you're going to get on my nerve on vacation. It makes no sense. I couldn't go on vacation with her because I'm not going on vacation to count calories. You want to count calories and sugar and grams and this and that. She's starting to get on my nerve, y'all, as y'all can see. So Simone gets the chance to drive, and of course she's driving and yelling at the people on the road and driving all erratic, and they not really feeling that. So they arrive at this cigar shop. And you already know if she complaining about food and calories and all that stuff, y'all know she's already complaining about the cigar smoke. I don't even know why. I guess she went because it's like 2-1, and being there's 3 of them, and 2 of them want to go in and she don't. So she don't want to be the pooper and say she don't want to go in. But she's always that one that wants to complain and all that stuff about every little thing. She gets on my nerves. So they arrive at the cigar shop and the lady is hand rolling them. And Heavenly asks, I thought that the tobacco would be a little bit shredded like marijuana. And it was like a little joke. Then she gonna come back and say, but I'm just saying, I don't know nothing about marijuana. I ain't never seen marijuana before, but I'm just saying. So that was a little jokey joke on her behalf, because we all know maybe Heavenly needs some marijuana to bring her down a level sometime, because maybe she'll stop shading everybody. But you know, it is what it is. So Heavenly gets her cigar, picks out her cigar, and Simone is over there picking out cigars for Cecil or whatever. And Heavenly is learning how to do it. And of course, of course, not Mariah. Of course, Dr. Jackie is fanning the smoke and her face is all scrunched up. And it's like, I cannot go on vacation with Jackie. Even if she was the planet vacation, I wouldn't go. Because we all know that all the food will be salad all weekend, fruit all weekend, vegetable, bake this, bake that, bake. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. It's like you can't have fun with a person like that that's always saying something about weight and all. I cannot do it. But it's all good. Because she fanning the cigar smoke and all that other stuff. That's just Jackie. You have to learn to live with her or learn to live without her. And it's like, pineapples, bitch. Too much of you and it's over. And so Quad is meeting up with her friends that she had counseling with before. And she's telling them about the marriage. Okay, when it comes to Quad and this marriage and her saying that she told that she's like she gave her all, and I'm pineapples. I don't get it. I'm not feeling that. She gave her all and all that. I'm not feeling that from Mariah right now. I don't understand how you gave your all, and you and Dr. G got two different stories going on. And I don't know if that's for the show or what, but it's just too much going on with their whole marriage. So her friend suggested maybe, that y'all need a time apart or something, because it's like, it's not working. She said to her friend that he never really apologized for when all the tabloids came out, when the girl started spilling her little tea and doing radio tours and shit. Because that girl, she's full of shit. The one that he gave head to, Dr. G gave head to, or whatever, she's full of shit. I told y'all that when I gave y'all the V103. Yeah, go back on the channel and look at her interview. She full of shit. Or matter of fact, you can go on V103 because I gave a review about it. I didn't post it up on this channel because it was bullshit, and I ain't got time for it. Pineapples. I ain't got time. But she's full of shit. So she was crying like this is Quad's year to just cry and again, because she cried last year too. This time it's a little bit more, and she's gonna keep crying and crying. She's gonna milk it. And like the friend said, maybe y'all need a little bit time apart. Like, it's just something about their relationship. Is something more there to that story. You crying, he's telling two different sides of the story. I don't know. It's something else going on with that whole shebang. Anyway, Mariah and her husband and the daughter go out to eat dinner, and the daughter says she has something real important to talk to them about. So she wants to talk to them about the birds and the bees. And the father, he's like, the birds and the bees. And where he's from, I don't know his background. I don't want to say his background, and I don't really know it. I don't want to put that out there. But like he said, in his family, they never really talked about that. And it was a lot of them. And it was 7 of them in his family, siblings, and 5 of them had arranged marriages. His is not arranged marriage. As you can see, he married the black girl. And I doubt if where he comes from and whatever his background is, I doubt if they would have picked Mariah for him. But the daughter wants to talk about the birds and the bees. And of course, the father and the mother's telling her, well, right now, you need to go to school and focus on that. Remember, she's entering high school. She needs to focus on school and, pick out her career and everything that she wants to do, and don't worry about boys. Boys will come later. Then he made a joke about her dating when she's like her second year in college, and then they talked about his first girlfriend before Mariah, and Mariah jokingly said, "Oh, didn't she look like Dr. Heavenly?" It's like, damn, Mariah, you have to say that. She said, don't she look like Dr. Heavenly? And it's like, for real though, you had to shade Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Heavenly is nowhere near you. She's in a whole nother state. But anyway, this is what they do to each other. This is what I guess makes the show and makes it funny. But it's like, some shots just don't need to be taken. So he was saying no, and then finally he gave it, of course, and just agreed with his wife. Whatever. She looks like Dr. Heavenly. Whatever, she did. But so Contessa is making breakfast. Her husband didn't think she was gonna make breakfast because today, the morning of her making breakfast is the day she has to go in for surgery or whatever. And she's making breakfast for the kids and getting them together for school and reading all her hospital information because, you know, it's certain procedures that you have to take and certain things you have to wash up with before you go into surgery and all that stuff. So basically you have to prep your body before you go into surgery. So she's reading over that paperwork while she's making breakfast. And, you know, it's a nice quiet morning, and her husband is getting it together and to get ready to drop the kids off at school. And then they zoom back in to Heavenly and the girls going to the house, on her way to the house where Heavenly grew up in, where she has all these memories. And she was saying how her sister and her mother stayed there. Her father was in the military. And when they showed a picture of her father, I looked at the picture of her father. Her father looks like, he looked like Martin Luther King a little bit to me. I have to look at it again. But when I seen it, I said, oh, wow. He looked like a little bit like Martin Luther King in his little uniform, his picture or whatever. Very handsome man. So she was saying how the mother, you know, always kept the lights on and they wasn't allowed to turn the lights out. And Heavenly was saying something about her room being a small room and how she never went outside. And that has a lot to do with Heavenly's social skills as she acts right now today. In that small room, her room didn't have a window. Her sister was in and out. Her sister got to do what she wanted to do. Heavenly was underneath her mother. She was overweight. And then she states, maybe that's why I was overweight, because I never got the chance to run around in the backyard to the park. She didn't even know the neighbors. That's how crazy it was. When she went back, she said, I don't even know those neighbors. I don't know them. And that's crazy because it's like, if I ever up and leave my neighborhood, let me tell you something. My neighborhood gonna know me. They gonna be like, oh, that's Eve. That's Eve the Weave. That bitch been doing hair since that bitch was 13. Everybody gonna know me. But for her not to know nobody in her own neighborhood, it was crazy. So when she finally went in the house, she came up across this door. A nice young handsome man lived there. I had to mention that. Him nice and tall and dark chocolate and everything. He was nice. And he lives there now. And he let her go through the house and everything. So she came up on this door. And she was saying, thank God the door is locked. Because Heavenly never mentioned her father died in the house, which is crazy. She never mentioned her father died in the house until she touched the door. And then she started feeling some type of way. She said she felt like she about to have a panic attack and she needed to leave. She was feeling hot and short-winded and everything, so she had to go. They all went outside and she started crying and everything. And it was kind of a sad moment for her because the whole time on this trip, for these last couple of episodes, she never said her father died in the house. Why in her first year of dental school? She never said that. She never even crossed that line of her father dying. She never said that her father died at no point in the story until she touched that room door. And he died in the house in that room. And Heavenly was, you know, of course she's in her feelings. She's crying. And Simone and Jackie is consoling her. It was like a real sad moment because it's like they went in the car, they prayed, and Dr. Jackie asked her, do you want to go back in? She said, nope, I don't need to come back. She said, because now I realize why I left. That small room encouraged me to be everything I needed to be, so I will never have to be in another small room again with no windows. She said, now look at my house, Jackie and Simone. She said, now look at my house. My house, my whole back of my house is nothing but glass. I got nothing but windows in my house. And it's very big. She said, there ain't no small rooms in my house. And it is true. Her house is nothing but glass in the back, and she don't have no small rooms in her house. And that reflects on her childhood. Her house that she got now as an adult with her husband and her kids reflects on the house that she used to live in. And it inspired her to do way better and give her kids way better. Or whatever. So that was a nice touching part of the show. It was really good. And let's see what else she said. It was really good. But it was just a little bit sad for Heavenly. I felt like a tear came down when I watched it, because I watched it like 2 times. Like, I'm watching it now, but the part, I'm talking so fast through it. And you know, being that I recorded it, it has commercials, so I don't boom, boom, boom through it already, because you know, there's a lot of shows coming on tonight, and I need to watch all of them. So, and let's see. Okay, Contessa and them, they dropping the kids off at school, and as she's dropping the kids off at school, her father calls and says, you know, I'm up, I'm checking on you, baby girl, to see if you all right, see how you feeling before you go into surgery or whatever. And she says, I'm fine, I'm good, daddy. Thank God that you called, because you know, whatever medicine they have him taking, he sleeps all day. But he made it his business to call his daughter, and that's what I liked about it. He made it his business to call his daughter. So now they get to the hospital, and she's checking in and whatever. And her husband is feeling some type of ways. Of course, that's your wife. You're going to be worried about her. It's a double vasectomy. It's no joke when it comes to surgeries and when the doctors is putting you under and all that. You never know. God willing, you know, you pray and you just hope for the best. And Heavenly and the ladies are meeting up with some of Heavenly's old friends. And Heavenly's old friends is like, listen, whatever y'all got in Heavenly right now basically is how she was in college. It ain't no different. It probably got a little bit, her mouth probably got a little bit more slick, but other than that, it's always been slick. And then they brought up the fact that she got drunk off of Mad Dog 2020, and of course Heavenly, oh, I don't remember that. Her friends said, yeah, you remember that shit, you just don't want to remember it. But her friends was cool, and they had, all the girls met up, and it was just a nice little moment before they go back to the hotel room, because this is their last night in Miami, and she wanted to see her old friends. So basically, Jackie and Simone can get a glimpse into her college life and the old Heavenly before she met up with them and moved away and moved to Georgia or whatever. So basically, they got a glimpse into Heavenly. They was laughing and joking and kikiing with her old friends, and it was a nice time. And so they back in the hotel room or whatever. And basically it's time for them to pack up their stuff and go. And Heavenly was thanking both of them for coming with her on the journey and keeping her grounded and having and supporting her on her journey. And she realizes that she came back here, but she never needs to come back here. If she never comes back to that old house again, she's satisfied, because she don't really want to go back there anyway. So that was like really much end of that episode, but that episode was really good. I was just happy that Heavenly got all the answers that she needed when she went back home, and why she stayed away and never came back, because she even said once the father funeral happened, when she came home, it was finals, he died. And once the funeral happened, she said she never came back after the funeral. And now she knows why. It makes her sad. It puts her in a sad place, the old Heavenly, overweight. And it wasn't a happy childhood for her, like she would have wanted it to be. So basically that's how they closed out the show. We will be looking, I guess, at episode 7. I got all the reviews in from Married to the Medicine Child. I gotta do Greenleaf though, so I'm gonna give y'all Greenleaf tonight. Yeah, I gotta do Greenleaf. I gotta do Greenleaf, y'all. But I'm gonna watch Greenleaf episode tonight, and I'm gonna give y'all both Greenleaf videos that I owe y'all, because I think I owe y'all like 2. Yeah, I'm gonna give those up. But there's a lot of stuff that come on tonight, honey. and I need to watch it all, honey. Empire, come on. I was just watching 848. Star, come on. Greenleaf, come on. Black Ink, New York, come on. It's a lot of stuff that come on tonight, and I need to watch all of it. And I need to do these reviews and get ready for therapy tomorrow, honey. But like I said, I will see y'all next time. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, and let's talk about it in the comments, honey. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.